Hi, all you SP-me's out there. Today's question has 3 answers, and the third answer is a secret that may save you a lot of money when trying to choose the right course for you when learning self-publishing. So let's get into it. Today's question is, how much does self-publishing school cost? That's Chandler Bolt's self-publishing school. And this is a great question that a lot of people want to know the answer to, because when you're starting and wanting to get going on self-publishing, you hear a lot of different options and it's not clear which one should be the right choice for you. And price is one way that we often use. In fact, it's the top reason that we decide what the value of a course is. However, if we go to websites, often they will hide the price of these courses. We won't see them immediately, so it takes us some time to research it in order to figure out exactly what exactly the cost is going to be. And so it's good to be able to know what it's going to be if we're going to go that particular route. This is Chris Baird from selfpublishingmadeeasynow.com. Go ahead and hit the subscribe bell if you would like for me to make more videos like this one, and check out my self-publishing free checklist below in the description if you would like help with your self-publishing, because here we believe that self-publishing doesn't have to be so difficult. So let's get into it. When I started, I did not pay for a very expensive course in self-publishing. Rather, I actually started with, I think it was a free ebook, and then I liked it so much that I bought another ebook that told me how to get into the self-publishing thing. I followed the instructions and I got my first book onto the market. It was amazing how easy and simple the whole process was. And then since then, I realized I wasn't able to get sales on that book very well, so I took different courses that cost different amounts of money. Some of them were as cheap as $30 and some cost hundreds of dollars. But I took a number of different courses and discovered that each one of them contributes a little bit to the puzzle. But one thing that was in common with all of these courses was that they were using the same material over and over. So that no matter which course you bought, you were still getting a little bit of the same content. And in the forums, you would find different strategies being thrown out that may or may not have made it into the courses. Because a lot of these courses, they don't really update the material. They just use the same stuff over and over. And so that was what I had found at the time. But that brings us back to the main question, which is, how much does self-publishing school cost? And the answer is, the cost of the school is $3,997. So that would be $4,000, at least at the time of making of this video. That's how much the school will cost you. Now, you can get something like Kindle Money Mastery at $100. I do coaching at $100 a week. There's a number of options that you can choose when you're first learning. You could use my free checklist, and it will show you how to get going for free. That costs absolutely nothing. You can get it in the description below. You can also watch YouTube videos. There's an awful lot of material out there. But what I discovered, there's so much material out there, it gets very confusing. And that's the reason I like to break it down and keep self-publishing easy. And that's what we're all about here on this channel. Though in reality, and that is the second one, which is there's lots of ways that you can do it with YouTube just free, right? And that's an option, though that can be a little trickier since you'll see lots of confusing advice that goes in different directions. But the secret, today's secret, and I've hinted on it a little bit earlier, is answer number 3, today's secret answer of the day. It is that the expensive and cheap courses teach nearly the same material. And so if you want to pay $4,000, it may motivate you more to do it, but a lot of the material will be exactly the same as the cheaper courses, which are telling you the same thing. They're telling you the places that you can get the different parts of the whole process done for you, or you can do it yourself. And you're going to eventually really ought to learn how to do the different steps yourself. Now, it's true that sometimes there's these package deals where they'll have the whole thing ready for you, the cover designing and all of this sort of stuff. And below in the description, you'll see the tools that I use when I'm producing my books. And I one of my goals was to keep it simple and to keep the price as low as possible, because I want to put out a lot of books, not a few books. That's the reason I've put out over 170 books, and I don't want to have to pay $4,000 a book or something like that in order to do this process. If you feel that it will be motivational to you to spend so much money, you can do that, but I would opt to go for a cheaper, less expensive course that will have the same material, but also is highly ranked, and that people have also had similar results. And often when a course is making a lot of money, they have a lot more money to invest in high quality videos to show the testimonies and things like that, as opposed to some of the cheaper courses which will contain the same material, but really are not really giving anything less in terms of value. And I'm not attacking here on this channel. I don't attack anybody's material or the content and tell you anything about that. I would just say that I've taken a number of courses and I can see that you don't necessarily have to spend $4,000 if you don't want to, okay? If you're persuaded by the ad copy and these sorts of things, then I think you should go along with it if you've had friends and stuff who are excited about it. And sometimes in the forums and things like that, you can find yourself in these groups where you pay that much money, and maybe that helps motivate you. You feel like, well, I've really got to follow through with this since I've spent so much money on it. But I'm just telling you, you don't necessarily have to go with the most expensive route when it comes to self-publishing. You can go with a lot cheaper route, and that also should work just fine for you. But, that's up to you. So what about you? How much does self-publishing school cost? Is it too much? Did I get the price wrong? Has it changed? Maybe it's gone up or down since the last update that I've seen. Go ahead and let me know below in the comments. And check up above me here for other videos that will answer your self-publishing questions. Thanks.